I'm really tired. I don't know if I can do this, man.
On October 9th, 2022, I participated in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Treasure Chests 5K and Fun Run. And this is a documentation of my journey. In this, you're going to see my struggles, my hopeful eventual triumphs, and everything in between. So with that being said, I introduce you all now to the race. Now, at the start of this, I want to make two things perfectly clear. Number one, while I am a stallion and have natural running ability, I have not ran a race in a long time, let alone running a 5K. And to make matters worse, I didn't necessarily prepare too well for this race. I did do a practice run, but I did not do anything before said practice run, and the practice run was done 2 days before the 5K itself. Now, I'm in relatively good health, I am still young, I am in my mid-20s, but I just wanted to paint a little bit of a clearer picture as to what you're getting into whenever you are going to see me run this race. But before we get to that footage, we have a practice run that needs to be talked about.
So I'm currently walking right now for this 5K, a little bit of a practice run / walk, you know. I'm walking because, you know, have to make a point. It's not because I'm tired or anything, no, not at all. But, you know, first thing I wanted to say is, look, as much of a, you know, stallion as I am, I definitely may have severely underrated the length of a 5K, which is fine. It's still light work, you know. It's still light work, don't get me wrong. But, you know, just a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. And second thing's this, you know, I have a lot of doubters, okay? I know I do, right? A lot of people who are doubting me. A lot of people who think, oh, James, you ain't going to make it. It's fair, you know? Logan, Calvin, Kyle, Trevor, you know, yeah, that's right, we're throwing shade out here. Ryan, you know, heck, my own wife, she even said, if you don't finish this 5K, I'm gonna have to leave you. What's that about, you know? I've been disowned from my family, my friends, and, you know, I'd be lying as the cars go by if, I'd be lying if I didn't say, put a little bit of doubt in me, you know? And, I sit there and I think to myself, hey, can I really do this? And I don't know. Rhett, Evan, they're doubters too. I didn't forget them. It's yeah, it's tough, you know? It's tough. By the way, while I'm out here doing my test walk, so you should know, hey, these are the items they gave me. Nice little water bottle and a nice little t-shirt. They gave me a bib, you know, like a racing bib that racers wear. I know because I'm a racer, you know. And some of you might not know, but me, you know, experience, so I would know. They give you a racing bib. So that will be shown during the race itself once we get to it, and we will get to it, don't you worry. But you know, hey, got some free swag. Got a nice little water bottle to keep me hydrated, which is important, you know, whenever you're racing. I would know, because I race a lot, all the time. And yeah, so pretty cool. Free items, always good. I'm halfway through my practice run, and I'm about 23 minutes in, right? Not great. Definitely got to improve the time, you know, for sure got to improve the time. I'm just taking it easy, you know, because I don't want to upset anybody or anything, you know, in terms of my racing abilities. So I just figured I'd take it easy, you know, not really go too hard in the paint before, you know, 2 days before the race. Of course, who would, right? Nobody would. So, you know, hey, still got halfway to go. And we'll see if I finish strong here on the practice race. And yeah, let's get this bread, you know? Because the sun, you guys don't want to get seen by the sun. It's tough out here. Anyway, halfway through, feeling pretty good.
Now, based on the footage that you've already seen, you would assume that I did pretty darn good on that practice run. And overall, up to that point, I was feeling good about how the practice run was going. But I would be lying if I didn't say there were certainly some struggles while I was doing said practice run. And I care about transparency in this documentary. So with that being said, I'm going to show you now some audio that was recorded that I was not aware of while I was going through one of these moments of struggle. And I think it is really going to showcase that this might not have been as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Oh my gosh. I was not ready for this. Not ready for this at all. Oh my gosh. Who in the world thought that making a 5K 3.1 miles was a good idea? Oh my gosh, I'm a disgrace. I'm a disgrace to everybody. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Wait, is that recording?
Now, despite that audio that you heard with me struggling at that point in the practice run, overall, I thought that I was still doing pretty good and felt confident about my time once the practice run was over. However, that was when I was hit with a pretty startling realization once I saw what my time was. 47 minutes, 35 seconds. That was my time on the practice run, which, according to Google, means I'm no better than the average walker on a 5K. A walker. And this isn't The Walking Dead. This is me running a race. And at that point, I again would be lying if I said that I did not have my doubts. Could I really do this 5K? Could I finish this? Were the doubters right? These were all thoughts that were going on in my head. But I didn't really have too much time to linger on that doubt, to linger on those worries. Because in just 2 short days, we were going to have to do the official race itself. So could I improve on that time of 47 minutes and 35 seconds? That was my goal. Not just to complete it, not just to prove the doubters wrong, but to prove to myself that I could improve and that I could do better than my practice run. The drive to the official run itself was cold and it was dark. It was early in the morning, and this was whenever feelings of both excitement and fear started to rear their ugly head. While I was really excited to be participating in the race, I was also scared that the day had finally arrived. Based on my practice run, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to be able to improve on my time. I would have to push myself farther than I've ever pushed myself in a race before, and that was something I wasn't 100% sure if I could do or not. But regardless, I still went because I had something I needed to prove. To myself and to everybody who was doubting me. I needed to prove that once I'd committed to something, I was going to see it to completion. And I also wanted to see and possibly prove to myself if I was able to put in the work to improve on my time in the practice run and really be able to put in that effort that was needed to do that. So as I walked into the Buccaneers practice facility with the giant flag flying as the sun rose into the sky, we were getting closer to the starting line as the race was about to begin.
I'm really tired. I don't even know if I can do this, man. Oh man. Jeez.
This race pushed me to my absolute limit, and I mean that quite literally. When I say that I used every single tool at my disposal from all of my experience as a racer and a runner, I mean that quite literally. I was listening to all the motivational speeches and music that I could possibly have on my playlist. I was focusing on my breathing. I was using micro goals, everything that I've picked up throughout my extensive time as a racer and as a runner, because this was serious business. I was pushed to my limit. Thankfully, when I was in my biggest part of doubt and worry about myself finishing the race, I was able to get some help from a dear friend that gave me my second wind.
Let's go! Let's go!
Do you believe in me?
I believe in you! You can do it! Yes! You got it! You got it! You're halfway there!
I felt pretty good throughout the course of the race. I felt good with the time that I was getting. I felt like I was going to prove my doubters wrong, and I felt like I was going to improve on my time. But as I was crossing the finish line, I came to yet again another harsh realization, or so I thought at first. 48 minutes and 3 seconds was my official time according to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but there's no way that could be right. I felt better about the race itself than I did my practice run. I know I got a better time. So what in the world happened that caused me to get 48 minutes and 3 seconds on my time? Well, to put it plain and simply, I was robbed during this race. Now, if you take a look at the top of this screenshot where I recorded footage of myself and other racers crossing the starting line, you will see that the time was 7:06 a.m. And if you see the screenshot here of myself at the end of the race, you will see the time at the top is 7:47 a.m. This means that I crossed the finish line with a 5K time of 41 minutes, meaning that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers system robbed me of 7 minutes of my race time. And as I walked away disappointed by the error that was made, I was still able to hold my head high for a number of reasons. Firstly, I was able to notice the mistake and give myself the correct time. And secondly, I finished the race. Not only did I finish the race and prove all of my doubters wrong, but I was able to improve on my time in just 2 days of preparation between the practice run and the actual race itself. And that's certainly something that I am proud of, as well as just completing the race in the first place. I think the biggest thing that I learned from this experience, from this race, was that not only can I push myself harder than I can ever even dream of, but I also realized that there are always going to be people who doubt you. There are always going to be people who say, you can't do this, or you can't improve on this. You can always prove them wrong. And finally, the system is always going to be rigged against you no matter what. So make sure you keep your receipts and never trust the system, because it's always a lie. But folks, thank you so much for watching my journey through the race. It was a really enjoyable experience. I may end up doing it next year, who knows? We may have to wait and see. What do you think about these types of videos, these documentaries of my triumph and my overcoming the odds and always the doubters? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. But as always, guys, never forget, I am a stallion.